Hi friends, Living Fit with Laura. I want to talk to us about the importance of good nutrition. So I had been feeling really bad, unusually bad recently. I have depression anyway, genetic depression, so I don't feel that great 95% of the time. However, I had noticed the last week I was feeling really more and more horrible. Take a look at what you're putting in your mouth. Take a look at what you're thinking. I had been eating Christmas candy, treats that I had, quote unquote, bought for my kids for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Listen, garbage in, garbage out. If we eat junk that doesn't agree with us, for me, anything more than maybe a piece square of dark chocolate will really plummet my mood. I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't feeling well. So take a look at what we're chewing on mentally. Take a look at what we're eating. If we're eating garbage, we can't expect to feel well. So we clean up our food, we clean up our attitude, we continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind us those things that lie behind. We can't control other people. There's nothing we can do about our past. So we must move forward. We must continue to look through the windshield and not the rearview mirror. We can control the quality of the food we eat. We can control the quality of the thoughts that we think. What do we think about? We think, this is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. We do not think, poor pitiful me, and regurgitate about the past. That's what we don't do. So Living Fit with Laura, let's be careful to continue eating good, healthy, clean food. I'm not saying we can never have a treat, but for me, we're all different. For me, I really can't have candy every day. Maybe one piece a couple times a week, or my mood goes straight down, up the hill, plummets straight down. So you must respect how your body is uniquely and wonderfully made. It's not one size fits all. I cannot intermittent fast. I don't meal prep. I don't want to live that way. I buy clean groceries, for example, fish, chicken, vegetables. We pretty much have the same thing for dinners: chicken, fish, beef, and vegetables. And you do what works for you. When I was working full time, I meal prepped my lunches and I pre-planned what I would make for dinner. But you do what works for you. For my body type now, I need to snack, maybe an apple or a yogurt, Greek yogurt. I could not intermittent fast. So we don't force ourselves to do a program that obviously makes us feel ill or unwell. So on this beautiful day, we are grateful for our lives. Though the pear trees are all barren now, we realize that in the spring they will bloom. We continue moving forward. Whether it is gray, cloudy, rainy, we continue moving forward, whether we are depressed, angry, resentful, because we don't let our feelings rule our lives. When I have let my feelings rule my life, when I have been regurgitating my past, are my worst days. So I want all of us to live well. We don't regurgitate our past. We don't eat garbage. We are also not slaves. If we want to enjoy a small dessert at a restaurant or at an occasion, we do not feel like we have to bring a Tupperware full of boiled broccoli. So just as this lone pear is blooming on this bare tree, we bloom where we're planted. We are joyous where we are. We bloom where we're planted, despite all the dead word around us. We don't allow the circumstances surrounding us, the people in our lives, the way they're behaving, to dictate whether or not we're going to have a good day. People are going to be who they are. So we say, so what? I'm going to be joyful anyway. I have had, I have had an issue with a ceiling leak that caused considerable mold and damage to sheetrock in my basement. I'm renting, but it's been 3.5 months. And if you have a person that is in charge, for example, a landlord, that chooses to be passive-aggressive, drags out repairs for 6 months instead of taking care of it within a couple days, I was extremely upset about it and frustrated, and then I realized I cannot control whether he chooses to be passive-aggressive. It's his house. If he wants damaged sheetrock in his basement wall from ceiling to floor, that's his choice. We must exercise self-discipline to not allow the behavior of others to steal our peace. I have been very guilty of that. I allow other people, whether they be passive-aggressive, in this case my landlord, not repairing something that's very critical, or someone that's extremely flighty, flaky, and narcissistic. I'm talking about a family member. We do not allow that person to steal our peace because it will affect our health. It's bad for us. We must have peace. As we get older, it is very important to stay calm, cool, and collected and realize we cannot control the way other people act. I have had elevated blood pressure because of the situation with the damaged sheetrock and mold in my basement. And then I realized, wow, I'm letting this affect my heart health to the point where I've elevated blood pressure. So I decided to say to myself, okay, so what? How will I feel if he doesn't repair it for another 3 months, which he very well might not do? I will decide to enjoy the other parts of my house, and I have decided to also pack up and move. So on this beautiful day, we choose to focus on the things we have control over. I don't have control over the situation, but I do have control over whether I choose to continue renting from such an individual. Living Fit with Laura, we do have control over the things that will give us peace of mind. Our focus, I have control whether to let Christ Jesus be the Lord of my life, or flighty, flaky people that have really bothered me with their behavior be the Lord of my life and steal my joy, or a passive-aggressive landlord who chooses not to repair something be the Lord of my life. Let's choose to let Christ Jesus be the Lord of our life. Let's choose to exercise self-discipline in what we think about. We allow other people to be who they are. The flighty people that we know that have been flaky and narcissistic and self-absorbed for years will always be that way. And if we can't manage it, if we can't handle it, then we step away from those individuals. We can choose what we focus on, what we think about. We can choose the food we eat. We can choose whether or not we get enough sleep. We can choose to go about with our projects and our hobbies. I have a couple classes that I'm taking. I'm working on my personal trainer research classes that I'm required to do every 2 years. I'm studying my Icelandic. Ég að læra íslensku. We choose to do those things that give us joy. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy moving ahead with my classes. I don't enjoy focusing and regurgitating on behaviors of people that rob me of my peace and elevate my blood pressure. So we choose not to think about those people. We can have control over who we think about. Let me say that again. I have control over who I choose to think about. So on this beautiful day, we are grateful for our lives. I'm going to continue moving forward. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a great day because I've chosen to continue moving forward. I'm going to have a great day because this is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in the day. Living fit with Lord, to get and stay, sane, stable, serene, and strong.